Are you ready? I have no idea what that was. What's up, everybody?
It was fun. That's what it was.
That's right. That's right. Welcome to HotMakes right here on the Edge of Tech, where we aim to entertain and educate the maker community. We have a fun one for you tonight. Pooch, how you doing?
Dude, I'm good now, but I got to tell you, I tweeted this out like earlier in the week and stuff. The air quality here is so bad. Our entire state is on fire. And I literally woke up with like the worst splitting headache of my life from probably just being, even though I'm not outside actively running around, it's just so pervasive that I'd never felt anything like it. And so thankfully, popped some Advil and kind of got moving, and it seems like it's subsided a little bit, but it's been bad, man.
I heard it's pretty rough out there. My dad is in Wyoming. And he said, man, we can go outside for an hour on the porch right now or something, but they can't see the sky currently because of how the smoke is coming over them. And they can't
winter.
Yeah, they can't. I mean, it's all like clouded over. Basically, it's smoke, but clouded over. And he said you can't sit out for more than maybe an hour before you start getting sick or getting a headache. So
yeah, I think I really underestimated that even though I was like inside the shop and stuff like that, there's no air filtration and stuff in there. And I've been just going hard at getting the sheetrock up and getting that room done. And I think I just been overexerting it. It doesn't help that the quality's bad. So, it's
great.
Good lesson, good reminder bump from the body. Dial it back a little bit. I've been sequestered in the house today and trying to do some more admin stuff on the computer, which is
nice.
Probably good.
Justin said it's pretty rough in Fort Collins. Yeah, we're in Casper, so like 2 hours right around there north of Fort Collins, and up in the mountain area, it's so high that it's pretty rough. But I'm glad you're doing better. I'm glad you're feeling better. We have a fun one today.
Oh man, so much good stuff to talk about today. I mean, obviously we got our normal set of HotMakes, but we got some cool stuff to show off, and
we got some cool stuff. Yeah. And we could talk about that for a minute. Today in the mail, I don't think this has my address on it. It does
mail
have my address. In the mail, I got this box right here, which was delivered to a good amount of special people out there for Creality to start testing, and it's a Wi-Fi box.
Only special, a Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I don't really know that's true. I'm not
special. I didn't get one. I thought Joel got one. You got one?
Yeah, I know a couple other people that got them, but yeah. So we got this box here. It's not very big, and we'll bust into that because why not? I think everyone just got them today, so there's no videos or anything out there. I know there's a bunch of chatter in the groups and stuff as far as like how to use them, what it does, all that stuff, but that's about it. But I did get the permission to show it and do videos if we want. So we're gonna, why not? What else we got? Like you said, we got some HotMakes. We could talk about, this printer here. Brian Vines and I did a video on Thursday, a live stream on Thursday. We built the Sidewinder X1 from Artillery. I think they're back to Artillery now, right? I'm pretty sure.
I don't know what they've been with that. I always liked the Artillery name, but I know there's been a lot of people talking about it. I've got 4, and this is actually like the V4 version, but they're constantly doing these little tweaks along the way. Tom Sandlatter did an assembly stream as well over the weekend, which was great. And I'll be curious to have a discussion with you, given that. I have a couple V2s and 3s, and just kind of seeing how it's evolved. It feels like the Sidewinder is kind of gotten a little bit new life. We're seeing maybe they're pushing more on the marketing side, like more people are starting to do videos again, and all that stuff as they've iterated.
Yeah, and I didn't get time to watch his live stream over the weekend, and I actually was filming some other stuff for the channel and playing with the baby and hanging out outside, and totally forgot a couple things. Number one, I didn't even see the notification for the live stream, so I didn't know it happened. Number two, we had a party for a bags league that I'm in. If you ever played bags before, our team
You talking about cornhole? You call it that?
Good old cornhole. That's
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
We took first place. Our team took first place, and they had a party for us for
Nice.
the league this past Saturday. I was filming, didn't even remember to go. Not that I
go to your awards party.
No, but we got some sweet trophies. It's like a trophy with a corn on top of it. It's funny. It's hilarious. But there's that, and it was a busy weekend overall. Playing with the laser. I got a lot of laser stuff happening.
Man, I'm excited to show that off too. Also, we have to have a follow up on my my rant from last week. The status since autocorrect. I've been without autocorrect.
Oh man, a week. How should we? How did it go? Can I ask now, or should we
just go right into that?
Let's do it.
I got to tell you. At first, it was an adjustment period because I'm obviously, I'm just thumbing away so fast that I'm counting on it. But as a whole, I would say I don't miss it. Like really? I don't. I think it was more often for me if I'm just trying to. There are definitely some moments where it's like I just misspelled something like multiple times, but it like underlined it and I caught it correct and whatever. But for the amount of times that I feel like it's helped me versus done something I didn't want it to do, I'm gonna leave it off. Now that said, some caveats.
Okay.
I like auto capitalization. I think that's fair and it's legit and it seems to work correctly. So I turned that back on.
Yeah.
But the correct, I think I'm living my best life without it. It's all me. The text that comes from me is all me now.
It's all you. Well, what kills me about, and I love auto capitalization because I'm a terrible speller, so autocorrect helps me even if I screw it up or it screws up once in a while. But auto capitalization, what gets me is when I do like an abbreviated word. So like you do the abbreviation, you put the period there because you abbreviated the word, and the next word is capitalized, and I'm like,
right. Yeah. Okay. So there's some small caveats, right? But in general, I guess the alternative was I'd just be a no caps guy, where it's just like everything. It looks like a run-on sentence,
right?
But anyway.
So Meeple's Champ says he has the laser to attach to his printer. Is that the one I got? The Creality one? No, the Creality one is somewhere right around here in a box. The one I got is an Ortur LaserMaster 2. It's actually a dedicated machine. And it is so far, it's a lot of fun. It's learning. I'm learning a lot, but yeah.
You are. Like I'm excited to get back into that. Before we do, we got to recognize we got some awesome people in the chat.
Yes.
Looks like people staying up late across the pond. We got Bugman and Mrs. in the chat. It's awesome. I saw Bugman. I don't know if you saw him on the Prusa stream last week, but that was awesome. He was showing off a lot of his new modeling techniques.
Okay.
I don't know how much you've checked out Bugman's stuff, but he does amazing stuff. Both big and little Nick. I try to do that too fast.
Nice.
Yeah, but anyway,
I think I've only seen what we show him so far, so I'll have to go check that out more. Yeah,
he's got good stuff for sure, and it was awesome to see him chatting with Joe and Miklos and the team there. So that was fun.
Right, people are still chiming in on your autocorrects. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there. I see 3D Print Viking is awake over in that realm of the world, and I know Meeple's Champ is in Ireland. I know that it's awesome. 3D Steven the Lightspeed. I put a laser pointer in my hand mixer. I can make anything you want. That's what you call a rave, man. I don't.
Good one.
That's awesome. Norway, yes. The Viking, the Norway had to go with that, right? I mean, obviously.
Oh yeah, of course.
You know what I think I'm going to do, Viking. Speaking of that, I have a little over a 2-day print started on the artillery now, and when that is done, I'm going to print the Viking helmet. I got the file from Llama a while ago.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Well, Llama made this one, 3D Print Llama.
I know.
And I'm going to have to print that now on this one, just because it'll be a great test print.
I want is Llama in the chat? Because I would love a singular horn version that I can turn this way.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you meant for you. Because he
For
already
me.
modeled you on some stuff. So maybe you just
Well,
wanted
yeah,
the horn.
my rant man.
Man.
Rant man.
Oh, I love it. Yes, Norway's awesome.
No, I want a horn so I can gore people with my 3D printed helmet.
Well, speaking of artillery, like I said, Brian and I built our X1, our Sidewinder X1s on Thursday on a live stream.
Yep.
If I believe as of today, they sent me a coupon code, so I did put it in the description of that video.
Yeah.
Just in case anyone out there wants one, they did send me a discount code, so check that out.
What are they listing them for nowadays?
I think they're $3.99. I have to double check that though.
That's not bad. I mean, I think it's a good value, but they're well. You tell me what. So I didn't actually get to see you and Brian put yours together and stuff, but tell me what your guys' impressions were briefly.
Well, we put them together. We probably would have taken 15 minutes tops if we weren't talking to the chat and BSing,
Sure.
So that was awesome. I really like it's really quickly becoming one of my favorite new printers. That's going to be hard to do over the Ender 5, say, but this has an awesome, for me, I mean, stock from the factory, an awesome direct drive hot end on it.
Right.
And it's everything I've printed that wasn't my mistake has came out really good. Now that I did this is a clock spring. No surprise there. I love clock spring. This is a clock spring box. It prints like this on the bed. Now this one I messed up and I put it at 0.3 layers because I printed something right before it that had 0.3 layers on it. But it folds up on itself like this.
But it still operates at 0.3.
Oh yeah, yeah. Now you can kind of see on the layers that I jacked. It doesn't look pretty, but all the hinges worked great. This was another one I did, and these will all be in the review video soon.
This is all print and play, like Clock Spring does, like print
all
and place.
Print and place. Yep. Yeah. And this one actually printed like this. So cogs down like this. Yeah. And everything else printed up, like that. And how this works is you actually, if I can find the cog, because I'm in the backwards here, you pull this cog up, right? And if I can do it, it rolls over the other one like that. Yeah. So it kind of rolls right over, and then it opens up, and you have a box. This thing printed pretty dang good. Now all this is in Arion orange filament too. Thank you, Arion, for the filament.
Arion. I haven't tried that before.
Yeah, it's Brian Vine's favorite filament. If he asks you, that's not true. No, but but long story short, when we were putting them together, we had differences. So the spool holder on top is actually a nice spool holder, but it's designed to slide so you can accommodate multiple spools. In my opinion, a little bit of pain of a butt because you have to actually loosen it with an Allen wrench to move it, right? Yeah. But mine didn't come. It came with one of the mounting bolts, and the mounting bolt I found was actually in the back of the spool holder. Brian's came in a bag, so that was interesting right away. And I'm like, I can't find these things anywhere. Good thing I had extra ones, so I just used extra bolts that I had. But it was an interesting thing. It made me think maybe this thing was open. And then the other fun fact, where did I put that bag here? The other thing is maybe.
Ooh. Brian. You got a $5 from Timmy. What? I don't know if he likes being called Timmy. Timothy. Thank you, Timothy. Appreciate the contribution.
Thank you so much.
He wants to know if you tried Super Slicer yet, too.
I have not tried Super Slicer yet.
Well, he's trying to. I think what he's trying to do is entice you with a $5.
Oh, there it is. So I got a Sidewinder X1. Thank you so much, Timothy Plummer. $5. I really appreciate that. I would definitely try it. I do need to try it. So all the parts came in this bag. Great. It's got a zipper. It's really nice, right?
A satchel. Yeah.
Tell me something.
Genius.
I got a Sidewinder X1.
Yeah.
And it came in a Genius bag. And Brian's came in a Sidewinder X1 bag.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and difference is, just so you guys know, mine came from Banggood. They sent it to me for the review. Brian's came straight from Artillery.
Yeah.
So that was a little bit of a difference. And then as far as everything else went together great. Our prints, I started mine a minute before him, and his finished like 5 minutes before mine. So I have no idea. All we did was print the cube that was on the flash drive.
Same print.
Well, theoretically, if it was the same slice, right?
Must have been
same
sliced
cube.
differently. Yeah.
But it was just whatever was on the flash drive. We both hit print at the same time. His finished. Thanks off access FPV. His finished like it burned mine out of the water. I turned mine up to 110% for the last like 5 minutes and just let it rip as fast as it could.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting thing. Other than that, mine has been printing awesome. I found a really good profile for Prusa Slicer in the Sidewinder X1 group. And actually, what's really weird, I double checked and I looked at the contents of the SD card. The same profile was on there. So I'm not sure if this was used, already or not, or they just took it off the group and put it on their SD, drive. But it wasn't from them. It was a user made profile.
Interesting. And it was on the Prusa group on Prusa
on the Artillery, Sidewinder X1 group, and
on Facebook.
On Facebook, yeah.
So that's a good
I
group.
just searched the file quick because I was like, oh, someone out there has to have one already for Prusa Slicer.
Yeah.
And it's been awesome. I mean, the prints have been coming out great. I have a 48-hour print or 46-hour print going on right now. It's one of the Fate's End towers, and it's the full print. I'm not doing it in pieces. So we're going to tempt fate with an Arion marble filament right now. That's what we're working on. So, but Brian can comment. He's in the chats. I see how his is doing. I know he initially had some issues with the SD card. It was stopping after like 2 or 3 hours, just stopping. Everything was still responsive, but the print stopped.
So there's been a couple of it. So like I said, I got mine probably a year ago now. And I have I have one V2 and I have 3 V3s. Actually, one of the 3 V3s I upgraded, like it was sent to me as a V2, but then Artillery sent me the parts to like update it. But having kind of watched the thing mature, and then like watching Tom's stream, I don't know if anybody on here was on Tom's stream over the weekend. I was like watching Tom because he kind of goes about his stuff in a little bit different method. He uses a lot of his engineering background, so he's doing a lot of his like electronics testing. There's a lot of commentary on like some safety around like it wasn't grounded well, which has been the case from the get-go and is a concern anytime you have a mains powered bed. So a couple things for those of you not familiar with the X1. It's so for $400, I think you get a pretty good result out of the box. You got a good size build volume.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a 300 by 300, right?
What is it? 3 by 4?
3 by 3 by 4.
I think
it uses a Titan Arrow style clone for the hot end.
Yeah.
Pretty
so
good
easy to load.
It's a geared extruder.
Filament run out built in.
Runout sensor. I've had mixed results on the ones that I got. They're the cheap ones that just have like a little mechanical switch in them.
Right.
But yeah, you get that.
So I heard it was kind of community based with these versions. I don't think that's an official Artillery thing. Like the community kind of came up with the version names, right? Is that
well, because it's all the X1, right? But then there's very distinct things that they've improved upon, to their credit. They're watching and they're taking feedback, which is good. The biggest issue in my mind, like the ribbon cables, you either love or from a cable management standpoint, it's hard to beat. Like the ribbon cable is really nice and clean the way that it handles stuff, and it uses not a parallel style ribbon cable like you might think of from the system builder days of yore, but more like the old school, the kind of ribbon cable you would see in like a printer, a 2D printer, really flat, thin leads and stuff. And there's a big distinction between those two because The former that I mentioned, that you think of like your parallel ATA style cable, those are not mechanical based. They're not meant to be in motion. So the connectors and stuff like that will fail over time. The reason they use these thinner ones is, one, they're thinner, and two, that they're actually by design meant to move.
I think they call them in the instructions flat flex cable.
Flex cable, right?
Flat flex cable. Let me look. I actually have them right here. Oh yeah. Flexible flat cable is what they call them. FFC, flexible flat cable.
Your bag should have an extra one in there if you want to.
Two. I think it has one of each.
A 20 pin and a 30 pin, right? Because the X gantry is a different size. So, but the weakness in the whole thing, it has been these ribbon cables over time, and it's mainly not the cable but the connectors, and they've changed up.
Right.
You know, there's locking connector versions they've had. There's the press fit ones, but the biggest issue I had with the ones I got was the alignment of that connector.
Someone is saying you're echoing pretty rough. I'm not sure. I don't hear it on my side.
Okay, maybe my because I'm
there
not.
We go. It said it fixed, went away. Okay, maybe it was just a random thing.
Anyway, the connector though has been a weak
the connector
point.
Though has been a weak point. Oh, that was just me echoing you now.
It's a funny guy.
I'm just messing with you. No,
but it was neat to see that they actually changed the alignment, because it used to be 90 degrees from where it was, and it was really hard to plug in that ribbon cable coming down off the x-axis. So I would say that was like a big improvement from that. Lightspeed says if you glue them,
so
that's, I mean, it's a small connector on each of 30 pins, and it's a very tiny.
Yeah. Well, you can probably hot glue the like around the outside, like they do on the Creality boards.
Yeah, but don't expect to take it apart again. I don't know if you would want to, but you know.
No, I mean hot glue.
Yeah, it's so thin though. I don't know if I'd want to put hot glue on those, man.
Yeah. So anyway. just so you know, I don't know how yours are, but this thing is silent. It is so quiet.
Yeah. They use those Trinamic clone drivers.
Yeah. There's Trinamic like I saw. Yeah.
Trinamic-ish.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like out of the box, this is becoming one of my favorite printers. If you get a good one. Now, I don't know what versions we officially have. I do have the reset button in the front, and someone said that it has to be a V4. So I would
call that a V4. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but who knows? I mean, I don't know how long Banggood had this in their warehouse, you know, that kind of thing. So Brian's could be newer. His headed Sidewinder X1 bag and my head artillery bag. Did they just run out for a little? Or I mean, a Genius bag. Maybe they ran out. But
what other differences besides the bag did you guys notice?
Almost nothing.
Okay.
That thing it's heavy. It's a beast. It's a big printer. But other than that, not really. Just the bolts I was missing. I had extra. Oh yeah. The other thing was I had extra flat washers. He didn't get any flat washers. So when you put the bolts in the bottom to hold the gantry up,
it's got the lock washers.
There's lock washers, right? Well, mine actually came with flat washers too, and his didn't.
Flat washers?
Just regular old washers, like a flat washer. Yeah. So I was like, don't you have these? Because we were going through our extra parts, you know. And no, one thing I do really like, and maybe I left it in that bag, the wrench they give you is phenomenal. I mean, it's an actual real wrench. It's not like a Creality wrench, you know.
Oh, it's not just the stamped, because my original ones were like the stamped sheet metal wrench.
Oh, really? No.
They put a proper forged wrench in there?
Yeah, a real wrench. And I bet it's probably out here because I was using it to adjust something. But yeah, it's a real wrench that came in. We were both pretty impressed by that.
That's a nice ad. What did you think of the spool holder?
Oh, right here. The spool holder was good. I would rather have thumb twist knobs to adjust it, because it sits into T-nuts, right?
Exactly. That's such an easy. Yeah. I mean, you could buy aftermarket, you know, M4. Those are probably M4
thumb screws. Yeah, it would be real easy. So that's the wrench it came with.
Nice.
So a real wrench. I mean, that's awesome.
I would much rather see those thumb screws before a real wrench, but whatever. It is a nice thing.
Right.
And who knows, maybe they will, they listen to this stuff. So hopefully they,
and to the filament, to the spool holder's credit, Brian had to loosen the gantry because he had a cord stuck under. Yep. He tipped with filament on it. He tipped that thing almost sideways, loosened it, retightened it, and it didn't fall out. Wow. So, when he put it back up, and he's like, "Oh, that could have been bad," But
jumping filament everywhere.
Yeah. So, but you won't be able to use it with a broken spool. So, if you have a spool that has any break in any of the plastic, it's a
flange-based roller. Yeah,
right. But other than that, I think it's awesome. So far, so good. It's printing great. Knock on wood or something. I also had this. I did this one overnight. This is just about the full height. This is a low poly spiral vase, is what it's
nice
called.
Print, man.
Yeah, let's see if I can get it up in there. I mean, it came out really nice in vase mode. In really good. Let's see if I can. First layers there, not bad.
I like it, man. Yeah,
and I leveled it once and just left it. So we'll see how long.
So the other thing that's interesting. So what did you think of the bed surface that's on it? Because it's got that like meshy on glass, right?
It's kind of like ultra base, right?
Right.
Glass, but what I like it a lot because it's sticking right now.
Right.
But what I don't like about it is that the heater is physically there's no metal, there's no aluminum plate underneath it. Mm-mm. That's all it is. It's a heater on the glass on the gantry or on the X-axis plate there, and or not even a plate.
Yeah, silicone mat, on glass, insulation underneath.
So later, Brian, have a good dinner. If I could spell, geez, but I'm very wishy-washy on that, but I heard that if you wanted, because I like flex plates, I heard you could just toss it right on top, do the magnet.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So I just put flex plates on right away. I use those the ones that Airy one had. They have a textured and a flat one. I want to say they were $40 on Amazon.
Sure.
I've been a big fan of those, but eventually that little mesh will just peel off, and then you're gonna have to do something anyway.
Right.
So
I already in the box sitting right this way have the magnet and flex plate and an brand new easy mat from TH3D to put on it. I ordered it ahead when I knew it was coming.
Good.
But yeah, so overall I love it so far, and if it continues to print like this, it will become probably one of my favorite printers. And for $400, man, I don't see, I hate to say this, but I don't see the CR10 beating this.
Oh no. It's an evolution beyond the CR10, right? So you've got a geared extruder, direct drive.
Right. Well, they have the CR10 V2 that has that, you can get, V3 is what they're calling it. That comes with the direct drive too, but I don't know
at what price point. So I don't know. I haven't seen the V3 yet. But is it a mains power bed, and is it a geared extruder? Like I'm not sure what the comparison is. But I also like the footprint is like, so all the electronics are integrated. If I was going to take, so you talk about how it's your favorite thing. I'm wondering if it's one of those phenomenons, like every time I get a new tool, it's like that tool is my new favorite tool.
If it continues to print like this, there's some weird stuff about it that I'm not sure about. They disabled saving to the EEPROM, which I don't necessarily like at all.
Stay on on the Facebook group. There's a lot of good little updates.
Yeah. Well, and I already have TH3D sent me out the screen up if I wanted to get rid of the touchscreen, because like you're tapping it 100 times. If I wanted to get rid of the touchscreen and do a video on that, they sent me one, and they also sent me
like a click wheel style.
Yeah. Because Tim hates touchscreens, so he puts click wheels.
I'm with him on that one.
But also then you can use his firmware if you wanted to, which enables the EEPROM, and also you can throw an easy ABL on it and be done, you know. And so he hooked me up with that stuff. I think I just got it on Friday, and so that's there. We'll see how I'm probably going to let it fly stock for a minute, mostly because I have a lot of stuff to do before I get back to modding that. But a couple of quick ones I saw in the chat. Jim and Pooch, did you hear about regarding the fire hazard with the CR6 SE? No, I haven't.
I hadn't heard that either. What's the issue?
Yeah, good question. And someone sells repair kits, new and for refurb X1s in Vegas. Okay, sweet.
So I would say my overall impression, and you're going to have a different one because you're just getting into the X1.
Sure.
But I would say it's a good value. Just keep in mind that they've been known for having some QC issues. Yeah. So if you're the kind of person that wants the support or are not willing to potentially have to tinker with it yourself, you might steer clear. Now, I don't know. The newer versions may be better, but your mileage may vary.
And I got to say, the two that we got, Brian and I, the only issue he had was a bad, looks like a bad format on the SD card that came with it. So far, we'll see how it is in a couple weeks, right? I'm just going to print the heck out of it. But so far, so good. So for me, and maybe it's the new version, and I haven't had a tinker, but you're right. There are people out there who have, just like the filament I'm using, Arion, people have gotten just really bad rolls. Brian is one of them, where he got an actual tool to measure the diameter, and it went, it went way over 2 in spots. It was like globs of unmelted resin, like in the roll. And stuff like that. But on my side, I don't know why I've just been lucky or what, but this orange has been really good. We'll see. The marble's on right now. So, and that one actually I bought, so I can say whatever I want about that.
We got a question from Banky. I don't know if you saw that about Deltas. Do you own any Delta printers, by the way?
I do. I have a CME CNC Rostock Max V4, the newer one.
How do you like that?
I love it. The thing is, they're so much fun to watch, and they're so fast.
Yeah.
It is awesome. Now, it was a kit, so that was a big, huge learning curve for me.
Right.
But at the same time, it really was awesome. Once you get it dialed in and going, there's a awesome CME CNC. Or there's an awesome a Facebook group out there that will pretty much, they all help each other out.
Very loyal Facebook group. Yep.
But as far as Deltas go, they're awesome. The
Rostocks are big, the Artemis are big.
Yeah.
I don't have either of those. I've got this one that Hatchbox released like a while ago that is awesome. Honestly, it's good. And of course, I've since tried to upgrade it and it's in pieces again, but I agree with you, dude. I love Deltas. It's fun to watch them, and they don't suffer from the same, like they can change direction way more aggressively without having to worry about ringing and stuff. That's one of the advantages of them. And then you get like that tall build volume, but historically they're more expensive.
Oh yeah. Especially the CME CNC ones are pretty expensive, but you really get what you pay for there. They're such a great shop down there, and they'll definitely help any way they can. And Christopher says, my stuff gets cherry picked as far as the filament goes. I doubt it. This stuff got sent straight from Amazon. The orange did. And the roll of marble I actually bought from another guy who was selling it. So the Arion would have never known I bought it. So, someone says Jim is cherry picked, but they screwed the pooch on that. Funny. But, Deltas, if you have a chance to get one, do your research on the brand you get, because there are some garbage ones out there, right? Just like in any printer. But do your research and find one. I know someone else who just got the FL Sun one, and he's testing it currently. So I think there'll be a video out in the near future on that, but I can't say who or when. So I know a lot of people like them. But we got to jump into this.
We do. Let's do it.
You can keep talking. I'm going to cut
open, and while you're doing that, I'm going to say it's official.
Do it.
It's official. I have signed up for my first Patreon.
What?
I've been I don't want to say anti, but I've never been a big fan of like monthly subscription things. But in the case of supporting makers, and here's my thing historically. This isn't a rant. This is just kind of my personal opinion, and I'm sure people will disagree with me. But historically, a lot of the people that do Patreon, they're great. They start out well. They produce, and then inevitably there's the fade, the fall off. And then it's, oh, sorry, I haven't been releasing stuff and all that. And then it's like, I don't want to feel like I have to like watch and then answer. But,
right.
but as you said, you do Patreon. And a lot of times people just want to, you know what? It doesn't matter if you're putting out content. I just want to support that. So if you're just looking, I think it just depends on what your perspective is. Are you doing it to get a physical value, or are you really being more supportive?
Right.
And so we've talked about clock spring.
Yes. Clock. I love them.
And I am a mechanophile, and I love that. And I need to have all the gear things and stuff. I watch your stuff, and I've been wanting to do this actually for a while, and I haven't. But
Joel's new printer, you know how big he could print this? He could probably, we could probably fit a Sean in here.
That'd be a fantastic. I would watch that video. Yeah. Just a giant print that Sean pops out of.
He's in the chat. He said, "Open it." When I showed the box.
Open it.
I think Joel got one of these earlier. I saw.
He did. He tweeted it out earlier.
Yeah.
He's waiting. He's like, I don't want to listen to that guy talk anymore. All right.
Yeah.
Tell us what you see.
So I just cut the box open, and the first thing I see is an instruction manual. You can't really see it because there we go.
Okay.
Because I suck it. There we go.
Got it. Next. Moving on.
And foam, right? So there's foam. Yeah.
Foam. Okay.
Also, it looks like a old school USB connector like they use. It was a micro, or mini.
That's not a C? I can't tell. I think it's a mini. It looks like
it's a mini.
Okay,
micros are the bigger ones, but it's a nice-ish cable, so that's cool.
Braided.
Yeah, braided.
Poly braided.
So, this is the box.
There it is.
That's how big it is. It's
okay,
tiny.
now open that up.
It's tiny. He said he already opened his.
It's warranty. Open the box.
So there's a QR code.
You're triggering me. Peel the plastic. Peel it.
This?
Yeah, take it off.
No, I'm gonna keep it on there.
Take it off.
Yeah.
Jerk. Oh,
wait.
I want to hear the noise.
You want to hear the noise?
Doesn't it do the little? It's not doing. Oh.
So that's the whole box, and this is the Creality Wi-Fi box. And while we're talking about it, let me throw it up on the screen so you guys can kind of see what it is. I don't know a lot about it, except for it's called the Creality Wi-Fi box, and
aptly named,
right? I mean, let me jump into that tab real quick because we're behind. So Creality Wi-Fi box looks like it's going to be on sale for $70, $69.99. It ships from China. This kind of gives you some different looks. In the back of the box, it looks like we have two USBs, the mini jack for power, it looks like, and an RJ45 connector for if you want to plug it straight into your network.
And a reset button. And so you got an SD card. It looks like SD card on the side.
Yeah.
Two USB. What is that? A B connection, the full size, and then a USB micro.
Yep.
Okay.
And then SD card here.
And then RJ45 for your networking. Okay.
So and then a reset button. And Joel, I saw that you said you already opened yours. If you figure out what it does, no.
Well, so
I know there's a lot of
your answer to Octoprint, right? It's basically a print server.
It should be a print server, but there's an app that goes on your phone.
Okay.
That connects to it, I believe. So if we read through this, it's we've got powerful performance.
I love powerful performance.
Yeah. When someone said the braided cable gives us way faster speeds. The
Yes.
Creality Wi-Fi box it's got a black matte shell. It's got
with 8 symmetrical cooling holes.
Whoa. I mean, it's now it's easy to use.
Cloud.
Download the Creality Cloud app and then connect the device and the internet. Click models and it prints. It'll print to your machine. So if we look at that is all they give us. Okay.
Huh. I mean, so what did they tease? Are they just show it attached to a printer at all? I mean,
no.
No description of what it just
no.
It uses Wi-Fi. Or
so this is the manual. WB01.
Okay.
And there's no. It doesn't show attached to And now one of the instructions says, I believe, that says power the connection, connect the end of the Wi-Fi box to the cable into the micro USB port, then connect the other end into a power supply.
Okay.
Then connect a USB port from the Wi-Fi box to the printer.
Okay, so we know it goes to the printer. Very good.
Yeah, now it goes to the printer. Yep. Now insert a formatted TF card into the Wi-Fi box, and then turn the power on.
To Joel, that you provide.
It doesn't come with one. Correct. Yeah.
Well, and Joel brings up a good point. Is it their answer to Octoprint, or is it Octoprint?
That is a great question, and I appreciate the name of the video I'm going to do tomorrow. No, I'm just joking.
For me, it'd be easy enough to tell by connecting to it and seeing what the UI look. Unless they skinned their own UI over.
Yeah. Then you download an app that I'm not sure if it exists. If you want to look it up on your phones out there, it's called Creality Cloud. Creality Cloud.
Accessing App Store now.
Creality Cloud. Ooh, I do have it for Android.
They do have it for Android?
Creality Cloud -3D printing community.
Hold on, if I spell Creality right.
So let's install it. Wow, it's got, how is this possible? Maybe it's been out for a while. Has 1,000+ downloads already. They must have been out for a while.
I'm not seeing anything on the App Store for the Apple App Store.
Got it.
App Store.
So look up Creality 3D.
Okay, I'll just do a search for Creality. How about that?
There you go.
See what we get. Oh, there's Creality.
Yeah. Okay. Creality was found. Joel
Creality 3D for 3D printers. It's 1.7 stars. And let's see. New design, uploads models. So it reminds me of what Polar Cloud was trying to achieve, right? Where it's just simple image of your model, and then you print from it. But let's talk for a second. Let's assume that it does what we think it does, where it's like, great, now my phone can attach to my printer. I can pick my model and then send it directly to my printer, so it'll do the slicing and stuff for me.
Sure.
Is that really a use case people use? Like, I'll give Polar was doing it as an educational support thing, right? So it's like, maybe if you're in school, you're at a very low level of understanding 3D printing, you would want an interface like that. But it doesn't seem like but again, we're making assumptions not having used it. So I don't know.
It also slices, Joel said, and it also has a bunch of models without attribution, which would be interesting.
Here we go again with that.
Yeah. So because we're testing, let me take this off here. Excuse my basketball.
Quality version of the toy box printer UI. Okay, that could.
I'm gonna plug this thing into a battery pack I have. We'll get it powered on.
I'd rather have a Pi.
Oh, yeah. We power now. I have several. I have 8 Raspberry Pis set up with Octoprint. And I love them. I absolutely love them. So now we got a light. Okay. I don't have it plugged into a printer, but that's okay.
I mean, I'm doubtful that it's actually Octoprint. One they would have to share back anything that they've done and stuff, which it probably is not on there. So,
well, I know one of the questions in the I'm an admin and a mod in a lot of, if not all of, the Creality groups, and we some of the other admins and mods got them as well. Mine actually came from an email from Creality, so I already had one when they asked us in the group, so I said don't send me two. I don't need two. But they're saying that they're asking for the source, if they're going to provide the source code or not. So I'm in here. I open the app.
Okay.
And I wish I could share if I could share my phone on Team. What are we at here?
They make apps for that.
Yeah, exactly. I should have. So this is the models and stuff that are in here. I think Joel's talking about
non-attributed.
So, it says user 345772248.
Username, lots of numbers. Yes.
So now if I go to add a device, it wants me to register right away.
Okay.
Yeah. So now I got to give them info, right, to register it. And
so what's your plan here? Are you thinking you're going to do a deeper dive on this? Is it some video or?
I think so. What I was trying to do is connect to it so you could see real quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I do think that I might dive into it a little bit closer and kind of see. Please enter a verification code. I don't know what that means.
Like they're going to email you a code or something, probably.
I have no idea. Send.
Interesting.
Required. Oh yeah, sends it to your email. It looks like. But yeah, maybe I just realized we're 13 minutes away here. But my point here is I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to make a cloud out there. They're trying to make it so you can slice stuff right from your phone or wherever, right?
Yeah.
And
see, again, I just question what that use case really is. It's probably just not geared for power users, which is the majority of probably the crowd here too. It's more of a plug and play type, or an attempt at that at least.
And it wants a password now, so we'll do a password here.
I've seen a lot of comments about print farming, which is interesting. If you're print farming, if you're doing like a lot of the same stuff at the same time, yeah, sure, there could be some usefulness for that, but
sure.
You would probably want something more robust, like 3D print UI, or other things where it's like your
Octofarm is out.
Yeah, Octofarm.
Yeah. So I'm scanning the QR code like it asked me to do, and it just found we want you to name the device, and it just found the device. So we'll just say printer, because I'm really original.
Perfect.
Yeah. So now it's added successfully. Now it wants either a wired or a wireless network. Joel, did you do wired or wireless on yours? I'm just curious. I think most people would do wireless, but that's just me. I'm just guessing most people would do wireless.
Not me. I'm a hardwire fanatic. I got too many Wi-Fi signals bouncing around as it is already. I like hard wires.
Yeah.
I mean, which, to be fair, so let's see. Yeah, because then you're just going network to USB. So the phone is
dang it, Joel. He said he didn't do either.
It's still in the box. He's counting on you here, man.
Got it. So never mind. I won't say what I'm thinking. Anyway, so it is asking me for a whole ton of permissions. Every time I do a step here, it's asking me for more permissions. So there's that. But everything does that these days, right?
There's some comments on, there could be some security issues with this. There's all, I mean, I think it's going to be like any other device. You're right. It seems like for small things like this, these are where the greatest threats, security vectors lie. But it's an afterthought for the most part, because like a lot of these companies are just trying to get something out there, right? So if you're a big security person, then yeah, you're probably going to want to steer clear of this or devices like it. But to get what you pay for, like, I don't know if I would expect hardcore security from a device that's $70, and somewhere in the beta to maybe being released phase. We don't know.
Right. I'm gonna come back to this because now it's saying the Wi-Fi is not found. It must be putting off a Wi-Fi, password.
Did you give it your social security number yet?
Not yet, just my bank account so far.
Oh, good. Okay, good. First bank accounts, then the social.
But the joke's on them. I gave them my wife's. No, but I'll come back to it. You know what? I'll probably do some checking out and do a video on this. But the thing is, they sent it to us to check out. They said if you want to do videos, do videos. Otherwise, really, all we want you to do is test it, have fun, play with it, see what it does. Right? Mm-hmm. It's definitely not a Raspberry Pi because this isn't the configuration of any of the Raspberry Pis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just not how Raspberry Pis are configured as far as where the ports are and stuff. But I don't know. It's interesting. I think we'll all probably have to play with them for a while, and I'm curious to see what some of the other guys out there think of them. A little nervous to put it on the network because you never know, like you said, with security things, who's really in the background, like constantly updating to protect you from that stuff too. Yeah. So
we're holding out for a hero.
Open the box. Adrena. It might. I don't know.
That's what I said, man. Open the box. What's in the box?
Which one? No.
The box itself, the black box. Get the screwdriver.
Oh, you want me to do that?
Void the warranty that you don't care about anyway.
The void the warranty.
We're down to like 8 minutes to go. So if we want to do some HotMakes,
yeah. All right, I'll tell you what I'll do.
What are you gonna do?
When I do a video on this coming up soon, I will open the box. We'll pull open. I think the screws are under the QR code because I just looked around. I'll go full Linus on this thing. All right, I'm in. I'll do it. I'll open the box when we do a video.
Soldering stuff.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but they might never send me anything again. But
Joel is sending you. Remember, you are a tester for the box. So with great power comes great responsibility. With Joel.
Oh man! All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got some HotMakes for you. We have about 15 of them. We're gonna kind of go through a little bit quick here. The first one is a Robocop printed in on the Piapolic Phenom and the Kellant S400 in Cyratech Fast Gray. And I gotta say it's pretty awesome.
Dude, look at that. Oh, to have legs like that. I love it. Man.
Yes.
I like how he's got the kinesiology tape too. He probably had a shoulder wound at some point there.
That's pretty awesome. I love the detail and the scale of this thing. And let's see here.
I can't wait to see it painted. I mean, Lewis does just amazing stuff all around.
Right. I agree. I actually was looking up the T800 Terminator head today to print on the artillery. I was like, man, this would be awesome. So nice work there. Just Shane, Transformers Tuesday. Got a bit of a trio from Print Farmers, from Toymaker 3D.
The Constructicons.
Boom. There you go.
Oh, salute.
It's awesome.
My transfer.
Robots in. Oh, anyway.
Robots
nice.
in skies.
Yeah, nice work, Shane. That is awesome.
Love it.
Steven of Lightspeed.
So good.
I'll tell you what, he did this this Marshall keychain here. Check that out.
Yeah.
This was awesome. And I really like the plugs there with the keychain. It's such a cool print. I think he actually printed another one after this one.
Yeah.
But very cool, very great. I might have to do this. This is a cool print. And we actually have my wife's violin. She has a 5-string electric violin. Is a purple Marshall. Her amp is, so she's got a full head and a quad cab. And
one up, do like a full on half stack or something, or a full stack.
Yeah, I what I should do is print this in the colors that hers is.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That'd be pretty cool. I think I might just have to do that.
Yeah. Then you've got a nice gift to give her the next time you need to give her a gift,
right?
Which is always.
Congratulations. Here's a keychain holder. This one was Shorey, David Shorey. He was in the house earlier. I'm not sure if he's here right now.
Yeah.
But Doctor Strange 3D Benchy.
Yep.
He was playing with the
bloop, bloop, bloop. Unreal
Engine. Uh-oh.
There it is.
Yep, the Doctor Strange there, and it's gone. I love it.
Cool.
Super cool. He's doing some really cool stuff. If you guys don't follow David Shorey, go check him out. Not only is he amazing at printing on cloth, he is doing some really cool stuff lately with the rendering and
other substrates even. Yeah.
Awesome. Next one here we got from the original BFG.
Yep, Brandon.
And basically he's saying no matter what your stance on open source is, that you can't argue with how much innovation occurs in a short period when people can access all the raw info they need. And if you click into this is actually a crossed gantry. If you
it's a really neat design. I really wish we had more time to talk about it.
Maybe next week we can dive into this a little better.
Yeah, it's fascinating.
because it is a really cool. Basically, your gantry is across here in the center, right? And it can kind of go everywhere there. It's a really cool design.
Follow like the Ultimaker design, and there's a lot of if you even scroll down, there's a lot of chat in there and about the merits of doing it one way or another, whether or not the linear rail should be turned upward or on its face or whatever.
Right.
A lot of dispute, but it's just neat. Anytime somebody's innovating and trying to come up with different stuff, and so their main claim to fame is like, oh, we can go at 400 millimeters a second. Well, is it really when it has the jerk and acceleration and stuff prevents it from going anywhere near that because not getting the full extent of the travel.
Right. Daryl does it again. He
did another post like just last night of the whole Nova in gold. And it was awesome.
Nice.
Really came out so good.
This was really cool. So it works. Made a functional HEPA air filtration system for dealing with smoke-filled air. And essentially,
God, I need that.
It's basically sucking it out here, I think, and blowing it down. Kind of like an old one of those smoke-wish ashtrays,
Huh. Yeah.
But it's sucking it in here, and I believe it's blowing it out around here if I catch that correctly. But it's clearing the smoke, which is awesome.
That's neat.
Yeah, and it's a cool,
just using like a shop vac style cartridge there. It looks like.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah,
made of hemp.
I don't see it. Didn't say, but definitely that's pretty awesome. Here's another cool one. A Minecraft Gasty lampshade. It has about 69 hours of total print and LED changing lights.
Very cool.
Nice work. I love that. This is a super cool idea and very functional too. I love it. This is an update for our CP30. This is update 5. Let's come back to that. This is a working, like you were just talking about, Big Nick here.
Yeah, the Hellfire. I love that. Yeah.
This was pretty cool.
And he says he's going to do a white labeled version so you can put, whatever else you want on it if you don't want it to say Hellfire.
Nice. That's pretty cool. And I think there was other tag. There you go. There's a Hellfire. This is the base he's printing now. That's pretty sweet. But yeah.
That'd be good. I'd probably keep that next to my holy water container. Hellfire, holy water.
Next to each other, right?
Right. Lost Souls.
This may be my favorite of the week. A bit of a walk around, a little cosplay. Look at this. The thing is huge.
You just go strolling down the street with that thing on. That is insane. Man, look at that. Look at the chain.
Phenomenal.
Pauldrons are huge.
Phenomenal. This is my hot make of the week here.
I like anything Fallout related. Yeah. I'm a huge fan.
Well, he just did such a great job, and it's so cool. You just walk around in it. Let's see. What do we got next? Joel says, now that is a practical print. Way to go. And this was where are we at here?
Loyal Moses.
Moses, yeah. He printed the parts for his broken car here.
It's on his tractor, his John Deere. Yeah. That's and that, he got a lot of questions. So he ended up using the polycarbonate blend, and he's above, for coming out of a radiator, that can be pretty hot. So I'll be curious to hear how that holds up over time. But on paper, he's where he needs to be, given that polycarb is in the 300 range, and he's saying, like, the temperature coming out of that thing is high 200. So
what's awesome is that it says they patched it while they're searching for a replacement. But I mean, yeah, it's just a patch. We're going to design this quick and throw it in as a patch. And if it holds up, he may not have to.
Yeah,
maybe no one sells this, and he just created a market for that tractor.
And honestly, there is so much of that when you look at classic cars and different things, like when the parts are no longer available. If you've got the time to like model something that's a common part, you make a killing probably on it, because where else is somebody going to get the part, right?
Yeah. This was cool. Emily, she said people never get excited about basic structural 3D prints, but the mounting hardware for the battery for the video console is done. So I thought it's a cool way to do it. He's got the battery here, the wires coming out, it's right into the board. It's very functional. It's very cool.
Practical, functional. I love it. I get excited about practicality. I like seeing 3D printed used for practicality. So but for all things.
Amen.
So I'm excited, Emily.
Chris Russell. Yes, Emily's awesome. Chris Russell, perhaps I mentioned getting sprung a bit prematurely, or was it taking too literally? This was modern art. No, this could be a hot mess, right?
Those thick, ropey extrusions. I love it.
Oh man. So in context, if we go down here, he says, he posts right here about that he likes big breasts and he cannot lie, right?
That's right.
This was a drilled out nozzle.
1.5, 1.3. I don't remember what he did, but everybody was like one-upping each other with the size of their drilled out nozzles.
Yeah. So he drilled it out, and he's like, look at these, it looks awesome, right?
Yeah.
And then
and that's on his yeah.
But nice work there. It's such a cool idea, and to drill it out and test your luck, why not? Stefan has such an awesome video about making his own nozzles.
Yeah.
And slicing them and actually checking them out. He's awesome over there at CNC Kitchen. So finally we have the update.
Rounded out with C3PO. I like it.
Yeah, little update 5 here.
Where are we at?
And we'll talk over this so we don't get in trouble, but I think we're going to be okay because it's not WWE coming after us. What was that?
Human for scale. I love it.
Yeah. Look at that. It's so cool. He's getting it painted.
Oh, yeah. Jeez, that's incredible.
There we go. Now it cleared up. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome.
Just amazing. Think about
Joel,
the amount of hours he's got in that thing.
We could probably print this on Joel's new printer.
What a full C3PO?
Yeah, why not?
They're just laying down on the
Throw a little raft or something on there and just let them lay down there. And
that seems like Westworld-esque, right? Just like the human form being printed.
Just angle them up slightly, right? And
you just have to be feeding just insane amount of filament to that thing. Yeah.
Well, that thing already takes an insane amount of filament. So
yeah, certainly.
You could actually put the butt right where the big hole is missing in the chunk of the bed there, and
So, fun fact: Sean Golden has a comment on. We were talking about thick extrusions, so he's like 1.74 millimeter next, and you can actually. I had a conversation with Brooke from PrinterBot about this a while ago. You can actually bore out a nozzle to be larger than the actual filament. So he's done a 2 millimeter nozzle using 175 filament. You just have to go really slow, and it will like melt and fill.
Yeah.
The space, but I can't imagine you're going to get good results long term from something like that. I think he just did it to say that he did it at some point.
Kind of like concrete printers where they're just like, dropping it in place, and hopefully the heat sticks it together, right?
That's just so much. But yeah, you need a lot of heat and not a lot of speed.
No, I agree. Do you want to hit us with a rant? I know we're a little late, but
we have time to rant. Well, I don't know. You on baby duty?
Let's
do it. Tell Lindsay if you don't.
We can be done by 10 after, and then
give me my background.
Oh, you need oh, geez. Look at this, diva.
Pooch rant. Okay, this week I'm going to rant about the packaging rant I was going to do last week, but I didn't end up doing because I got on my autocorrect fix. But this week we're going to talk about packaging. And I've got this is a multifaceted rant, okay? Because I could go anywhere from the fact that we just have way too much packaging to deal with, and the fact that nobody has really come up with a good way. Like when you see the amount of cardboard that people are consuming thanks to Amazon and our lifestyle that we have grown accustomed to, that I don't need to go to a store anymore. People can send me anything I want to my house. So not only do I have the packaging for the actual thing that I got, but then the overwrap and the cartoning and, all the bubble wrap and stuff that comes with it, which is humongously wasteful. I hate it. I hate how my recycle bin is like over full every week. Like, how is it that nobody has come up with a good service or system? Like, I would probably even consider paying somebody to come and just take broken down cardboard away so it didn't fill up my recycle bin. So that's one thing. And then you've got packaging, like to actually protect. So the primary goal, Jim, of packaging is to do what?
Package, make it secure.
To protect what you're getting, right? It's right, and so if I get something and it's broken, okay, a lot of people are like, well, UPS is so rough with stuff they were jumping on. And yeah, they do that. But to me, as a product developer, I look at that and I say that's a failing in packaging. And I've gone through it myself. I've had broken stuff, but and as much as I could probably could make claims that UPS was too rough with something, I say, look, that's on me. Like if I can't package it so that I can throw it off my roof and kick it down the road and have it shipped back and forth and have it still be okay, then that is on me as a packaging designer. You know what? Tell me if you disagree in the chat, right? Because there's going to be a reasonable amount of length that one should have to go to protect your thing. But if you're going to be shipping Swarovski crystal, did I say that? Whatever. Fancy crystal. Swarovski, not
yeah.
Warcocky crystal.
Not Warcocky crystals, yeah.
Yeah, that's a totally different thing. If you're going to ship that, it's like you better package the heck out of that, or maybe there's a reason that you got to go to the showroom to buy it. So again, I think packaging is on the end user. And then the other part of this rant, Jim, is that if you're going to protect it, it's great, but it doesn't do me any good if I can't actually get to the product because it's practically like welded inside of like the worst clam pack that you've ever. You know what a clam pack is, right?
Yeah.
Where it's just like that clamp thing, and there's absolutely no. How is it that those even still exist? Like, just put a nice, easy tear to open or something like that. I can't tell you how many times I've literally cut myself on trying to open a clam pack, either by stabbing myself or like cutting myself on the plastic, trying to tear it open. Like, there has to be a better way. This is 2020. We're in the 21st century. Package your stuff appropriately. Spend the money, hire a packaging developer, get it done right. Make sure your stuff is protected. It'll save you money in customer service and broken product in the long run. End rant.
I agree. I could say the Sidewinder X1 packaged very nicely. All in foam. Yeah, they did. It's just layers of foam just come out of this thing. Layers.
Well, not even that, but it's like the way that it's all sandwiched together is very nice. There's a certain elegance to a well packaged product, and I appreciate that.
Someone said could have been an hour worth of rant. I agree. So getting so much stuff, I only have room for my recycling bin isn't big enough for printer boxes. So I have to take those either to the dump on a day off, or find someone says they dump them in McDonald's recycling bin. I don't suggest that unless you have it worked out with them and it's okay, right?
So there's a thing down the street. Well, it's not down the street. It's about a couple miles down the road where like one of the local waste facilities actually puts a bunch of dumpsters only for broken down cardboard, and they are always over full. So, and they empty them like a week at a time. There's like 20 of these dumpsters, and it's just Amazon boxes.
Really? Yeah.
And it's insane. And it's a nice service that they do, but it's not common. And I got to imagine, like, think about how many of these things you've received, and the box is totally good. You would think that there'd be some way to reuse. Like, why can't UPS, when they're dropping off a package, like take the cardboard back and have Amazon use it again somehow? Somebody develop some better tape so they didn't destroy the box.
Didn't Amazon like have a return box thing for a while, or maybe they were testing it, because I know they.
I really wish they would.
I don't think they were paying you for it, but I think they had a thing that you could return your boxes.
I mean, hey, why not? It's free because, like, a lot of these boxes, and granted, what Amazon pays for boxes is a lot less than what I pay for boxes. But you look at some of these boxes off the Uline, they can be like $3, $5, $10 a piece, depending on how big and substantial the box is. I mean, there's value.
I don't know. I think I get so many. I have, after the X1, I have 4 more printers I haven't even opened, plus some other stuff. It's like, where do I do with all this packaging stuff? So
it's only going to continue to be more of a problem. And, there's perfectly great uses for cardboard. Like, why not? Let's just ship them all to Protopasta and they can turn them into spools. How about that? Everybody send your boxes to Protopasta. You're welcome, Alex.
Yes, do it. Someone says you can make packing blocks. 3D Llama says he uses them. He puts them through a leaf mulcher and uses them from compost in small holes. It looks like, yeah.
I've actually contemplated getting an actual shredder, like a small branch shredder, so that I could do that, because it's insane how much time I spend breaking down boxes.
Right.
I hate it.
Awesome. Well, we're a little over. A couple quick things. I'm not sure who's streaming next. I know the chat was talking about it.
Who's streaming?
Throw it out there. If you're streaming next, go ahead. I think Wednesday, Jerry said 3D printing and painting. He is streaming with Walter from Country 3D. So check that out.
I haven't seen Walter in a while.
He did a couple things last week here too. And so if you haven't checked out his channel, it's something different. So I'm not going to spoil it. Go check it out if you haven't done it. Timothy Plummer, thank you again for the $5. I really appreciate that. And I'm definitely going to try the slicer you want, the super slicer. I need to try that. Let's see.
Yeah, you do now. Any other housekeeping? Support your fellow streamers out there. We love it. If you keep sending us your HotMakes, obviously, we love looking at it. Sorry if we kind of glossed over. We didn't have time to feature yours, but keep sending them.
Nice. And SchultzNet says Amazon sends instructions how to make cat condos out of their boxes. So you could do that. I like it. And then someone else also asked me how they contact me about something about fires with the CR6SE. Shoot it to my email, jim@theedgeoftech.com. You can shoot that to my email. Everybody else, thank you guys so much for being here. We really appreciate it. Like Pooch said, thank you so much for the hashtag HotMakes on the Twitters. And we will see you next week.
Cool. Love y'all.
Later, everybody. Have a good night.